Hey guys, Sean Tier here, Flip2Freedom.com. All right, so here's the question. How do you close a seller that wants retail for their property, right? They want to sell, they don't need to sell, but they want retail for their property. So let's say a lead comes in, house is worth $200,000. They want $200,000 and they owe $150,000. So what do, right? Do you pass on the deal? Most real estate wholesalers are going to pass on that deal. They're not going to book an appointment. They're going to deem it as a retail lead. So what we can do, first off, I would book that appointment. I would go meet the seller, and I would first find out the most important question is, what do they want net? What are they expecting to get net selling the property for $200,000? So once they understand their net number of the cash that's actually going to go in their pocket, guess what? We can turn that into a potential deal. So let's do the math, right? So we're going to do the math with them and determine what their net number is going to be in their pocket. So you list the property for $200,000. Well, there's a list to close ratio, right? Most sellers don't sell their house at top of the market and they get a full price offer for $200,000. There's a list to close ratio. Now, what the cool thing is about REI Automator, it gives you that list to close ratio percentage for any subdivision, any market out there, which is phenomenal. So if you go to flipmorehouses.com, you actually can see the demo. We show you exactly how that software works, but it's pretty killer. So anyways, flipmorehouses.com if you want to go check out that demo. Anyways, the bottom line is, if you know the list to close ratio, it's typically about 6%. In Phoenix right here, it's about 6%. So, and then you got 6% real estate commissions, you're at 12%. Then you get about 2 to 3% closing costs, you're at 15%. Well, 15% of 200,000, you're already down to $170,000. They owe $150, so they're going to net in their pocket $20,000. That's it, $20,000. So, and to get that $20,000, they don't know their move-out date. They don't know exactly what the offer is going to be. They don't know what type of items in the inspection report is going to come back that they're going to have to turn around and fix up. You know, it could be months and months and months before they sell their house. And let's say they wanted to have a post-possession. Let's say they wanted to sell their house, stay in the house for a couple weeks so they could move out. They're not going to be able to do that on a regular real estate transaction. They're going to have to give the keys right when that transaction closes. So what can we do to add value as a real estate wholesaler to that transaction and get that deal done? First off, we got to get them to understand the math of the net number they're going to get. Let's call it 170. So then you say, hey, listen, what if I can get you $170,000 on this thing, and you can know your exact move date, and you can have a couple weeks after closing, or a week after closing, or 10 days after closing to give you time to move out. And guess what? You know exactly, you can plan now what's going to happen here in the future instead of just putting on the market, crossing your fingers. And if everything goes perfect, you're going to net $170,000. So what if I could get you that $170,000? Would you be interested? Yes. So then they say yes. Well, what I'd like to do is keep your $150,000 in place. I'd like to get you $10,000 cash now, and I'd like to carry $10,000 for the term of 5 years. Principal only payments, right? Principal only. So that is one way. So now what happens is you're taking the $150,000, you're keeping it in place for the term of 5 years. You're creating a secondary note of $10,000, which no interest, just principal for the term, which balloons in 5 years. And then you got $10,000 down. So who are you going to be able to sell that to in the marketplace? Well, first off, that's a smoking deal, right? You got the property for $170,000, right? And you got $10,000 down, $10,000 on a carry, and a $150,000 note. Now, the bottom line is that will cash flow in the marketplace. Let's say their payments are, on the $150,000 are $800 a month plus tax and insurance. It's under $1,000. Rents are going for $1,200, $1,300. That becomes a cash flow property. So let's think about now, who is our buyer for this particular property? Well, a buy and hold buyer is going to buy it because they could buy the property. They don't have to go get a loan. They can literally put $10,000 down. They can own the real estate now, and they can get cash flow. So buy and hold buyer is going to love it. These type of properties sell super fast in the marketplace. Number one. Number two, what about a fix and flip buyer? Would they buy the property? Probably not for a fix and flip, but I guarantee their accountant is telling them to buy real estate to offset any type of taxes because they have ordinary income from all the flip profits that they're making. So guess what? They become a buyer. They become a big buyer for us. The third thing is now you have a retail buyer. A potential retail buyer could purchase this property, and you could assign that to the retail buyer. They could buy the property and make payments. So that is a great. Now, obviously, there's structuring the deal, assigning the deal. We do what's called an agreement for sale here in Phoenix. Other areas called land contract, contract for deed. We don't do a subject to and actually have the title transferred just in case there's a default situation. We do an agreement for sale, land contract, or contract for deed. Now we call this the down payment arbitrage, right? Down payment arbitrage. So how do we, as real estate wholesalers, get paid in this situation, right? $150,000 wrap plus a $10,000 note, $10,000 to the seller. What we can do is we can sell it out to the marketplace, let's say for $190,000, right? So we're gonna get $30,000 down. We're gonna get $20,000 down. As long as it's under 20% down payment, you can sell it in the marketplace. So let's say we get, we sell it for $190,000, right? So $190,000 would be $30,000 down, and we get the $160 carry, and guess what? We can make $20,000 on a deal. Well, if we just want to make 10, we sell it for $180,000, right? With $20,000 down, of which $150 is a carry plus the $10,000 carry of their equity that they're carrying back. We just make $10,000 on a deal where a seller said they wanted retail. They believed that it was that they wanted to get $200,000 for the house, but once you understand the math and they get the net numbers, guess what? It's a smoking deal, And you can make $10,000, even $20,000 on that deal, because when you bring seller financing to the marketplace, that adds a mass amount of value. A buyer doesn't have to get a loan. They don't have to go through the process. They don't have to go through an appraisal. They don't have to, put all their docs and everything like that, which is phenomenal. Now, the cool thing is you can assign that transaction and you can get paid the difference, the arbitrage in the down payments. You're giving the seller $10,000, that's the cash needed, and you're getting from your buyer $20,000 or even $30,000, and that arbitrage difference is what you make as a real estate wholesaler. I know tons of wholesalers walking away from deals just like this because they don't understand structure. You want to convert more deals? Understanding structure is absolutely critical. If you understand structure, and listen, this is just one method. There is so many different methods you can do dealing with this, understanding this structure model and being fluent in that structure, that you can meet any seller at any situation. What if they owe $100,000, right? You could still structure it. What if they owe $180,000 on a $200,000 property? Guess what? You can still structure and you can make $10,000 on that deal. The bottom line is getting them to understand what their net number is and understanding how to leave the existing loan in place and be able to arbitrage either their equity and also their the down payment. So it's a huge tip. We're doing a ton of these. We literally assign a ton of these transactions in the marketplace, and they sell super, super quick. And it's a great method to convert sellers that want retail. So definitely go check out flipmorehouses.com, flipmorehouses.com. It's a great tool to give you all the information about a particular subdivision and market. It's awesome. Check out that demo. Have an awesome day. Take care. God bless.